What's up, nerds? So today we're diving into Alien Romulus. And let's just say it's not the cinematic masterpiece we were all hoping for, but I couldn't make it to the theaters to see this one due to, my personal life and everything. So I was bummed about missing all the fun, which is why my review for this is coming late. But I had someone ask about it on Twitter, so I hopped over to Hulu and I checked it out. And here's the deal. First off, I had a good time. I went in with low expectations, and I think that really helped because I wasn't expecting much. And I was on my couch in my living room and munching on some popcorn and having a cocktail, and it was super fun. And before I get into any more of this movie, I just want to say that I love the Alien series. I love the first movie. I'm telling you right now, the truckers in space. I love that whole aspect of it. And I love the part where the one woman is in the tunnel and she turns and then the alien just goes, ah. I get scared every time. So good, so good. And then I liked how Aliens 2 was like soldiers in space. I really liked that. I liked that concept. I don't care for 3 and 4 of Aliens. I just don't think they're very good. The prison in space was kind of like it was fine, but it just wasn't my favorite. And then the last one where we get, the clone Ripley was just so freaking weird and everything. There was stuff about that I did appreciate, but I just didn't like that movie altogether. And then we get Prometheus and no, not Prometheus. Yeah, Prometheus and Alien Covenant. I did not like those two movies at all. I thought they were pure dog shit. I think that it changed the entire mythos of the Alien series and I just think that Ridley Scott should stop directing movies because he's not doing a good job as of late, in my opinion. Now, this movie, I kind of like this new, like a Gen Z in space kind of thing. I thought that was a great idea. There are some things I like about this movie, and there are some things that I don't like about this movie. Now, I won't get into the details too much because you've probably already seen it, because there's some really cool stuff in here, and I don't want to ruin that for you. But this movie has its moments with like twists and turns that keep you engaged. And it's not just about, callbacks to the original Alien films. And I'll talk about one in just 1 second. Although there are plenty of them in this movie, it tries to stand out on its own, which is commendable. But it doesn't quite reach the heights of those earlier films. One thing that I didn't appreciate was the fact that the alien robot, Andy, which I'll talk about in just a second again, he says the lines, get your hands off her, you bitch. And that's from Ripley in Aliens. And I really didn't appreciate that they just copy and pasted that. Like, I can get behind some member berries, but not when you just use it to not downgrade another character, but Ripley said it. Ripley did it first. Ripley did it the best. And I just didn't appreciate this movie copy and pasting that. Now, the third act, that's where things go a bit off the rails for me personally. I've seen people talk about it since the movie has come out. And yeah, it's pretty bonkers in my opinion. Fede Alvarez, the director, seems to make a thing of shocking with over the top finales and everything. And he didn't disappoint here in terms of that. It's not a B-level horror, but it's more like a C-level horror, in my opinion. I mean, the visuals are still strong, but the execution of the third act feels like a misstep, in my opinion. It's frustrating because there were some good ideas here, and they were fleshed out well. I really liked the scene where the face huggers, which are the scariest thing in the Alien series to me. I'd rather face down a xenomorph than a face hugger. But when they are going through that room and they up the temperature so that the face huggers can't see them because they see everything through temperature, I thought that was a really clever idea. And it was very suspenseful. Like when they would pop over the thing, like, and everything, and they just stand there like tapping their little claws and everything. I was like, ah, shit, I'm not happy right now, just so you know. So one of the highlights in this movie for some people and a little bit for me was the synthetic character Andy. Now, if you're into synthetics like some people are, I kind of like them. I appreciate them, but I'm not. Some people are like fascinated to the nth degree with the synthetics, and I'm not. But if you are, then you'll appreciate how this movie explores that angle. Now, Andy isn't just a callback, but he's the central plot. He adds layers to the story, but I must admit, the rest of the cast doesn't get much screen time, and they're kind of forgettable compared to Andy. Now, if you're a new to the Alien franchise, then you don't necessarily need to watch all the previous films, but catching the first two would enhance your experience for this movie. Now, this movie takes place after the first Alien, but has callbacks to Aliens. So knowing those two films would add to your enjoyment. I think so. However, if you want to understand the full story, you might need to catch up on Prometheus as well. But I do not like Prometheus, so I would never watch it again because it was pure dog shit. There's a lot of talk about this movie being full of callbacks, almost like Jurassic World for the Aliens franchise. And it's reverential. I mean, maybe too much so, but it does have its own visual flair and some modern touches that keep it from feeling like a complete nostalgia trip. Like I said before, they take that line from Aliens, and I didn't appreciate it. And then there's a lot of others, like there's other little things and everything that do have callbacks. Now, in terms of scares, Alien Romulus is pretty effective, though not groundbreaking, if you get what I'm saying. It keeps the pedal down and makes it feel like a ride at times, which is both fun and a bit exhausting. I mean, the pacing after the setup is relentless, which can be thrilling, but at the same time, it also means there's less room for character development or quieter moments of tension, which I wish they would have had a little bit more of that. Now, the world building is decent, in my opinion, which some nice practical effects that hark back to the original aesthetic. However, the corporate greed theme feels a bit forced this time around. Not as organic as in the original films. And I think that that's just because this is a Gen Z in space. So I do think that Fetty out and with, the political times as they are as of 2025, a lot of people, are just corporate greed is like a buzzword now. So overall, Alien Romulus is a movie that's just okay. I mean, it doesn't reach the heights of the first two films. And while it has some good ideas, the execution, especially in the third act, leaves a lot to be desired. If you're a fan of the franchise, it's worth seeing for the experience, but don't go in expecting something that will blow your mind or redefine the Alien series. It's a fun ride with some glaring flaws, but making it a mixed bag rather than a standout entry in the Alien saga was probably the best choice, I think that, again, for me, this isn't a bad movie. It's not a great movie, but it's got its pros and it's got its cons. So yeah. But tell me what you guys thought about this movie. Did you like it? Did you not like it? What was your favorite part? Who's your favorite character? Do you hate the facehuggers as much as I do? But tell me what you guys think. Go ahead and leave all your comments in that section down below. If you like this video, go and hit that like button. I won't mind. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. And we'll see you guys on my next review. You guys have a good day. Bye.